Alright, Mr. Kelly, this is David Engell doing quiz 32. The first question asks if the spring blah 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 quadrupling the mass will make the period, if you look at t equals 2 pi m over k, if you quadruple this mass, it will make the period, it will make this effectively 4 times as great, hopefully. And then the square root of that is going to be 2, so 2 times pi times 2 is going to be twice that of the original. Doubling the spring constant, however, is going to make this 1 over, this is going to be half as great, so it's going to be the 1 over the square root of 2. So, kind of the opposite-ish. Number 2, the car has a mass m1 is attached to a spring again. So the frequency, 1 over t, 1 over the period, is doubled. The mass has been changed to, also frequency is 1 over 2 pi square root of k over m. So what you can do there is think that this whole thing is doubled. So if this is 1/4 the mass it was, then that will effectively quadruple this, which will create a multiplied by 2 term and double the frequency. Inversely, the period, if it's cut in half with the spring constant, if you multiply this by 4, it'll create a 1/4, which when square rooted will give you a 1/2, and that'll give you the period in half. So if you multiply the original k by 4, the number 3, you have to go through some integrals and or differentiations, I think. So s is going to be equal to the amplitude times the cosine of this function, basically any t. So then you differentiate to get v. That's just going to be at, and then cosine of that whole thing. And then any a is just the a off of that is just going to be the a and the t squared. Since the greatest it can be with the cosine function or any of that kind of thing is 1, the greatest acceleration you're going to find is going to be a equals at squared. For velocity, you can set 1/2 kx squared equal to 1/2 mv squared, and you're going to solve for this velocity here. And so the 1/2s can cancel, and what you're going to end up with is kx squared over m, and the square root of that is equal to your v. That's going to be your maximum velocity there. With this last question, you divide 54 by the 22 oscillations that you have, and it's going to be 2.45, and that's going to be the period. T equals 2.45 seconds, and then your frequency is going to be 1 over that, 1 over 2.45. So that's going to be your frequency there. And that right there is quiz number 32.